Alright, what's up, Wolfpack? Now, before I start it off, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. I did skip leg day. Sorry. I was just really busy on Friday, and also when I originally wanted to make it up on Saturday, I was also busy then. At the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal, you know? There's more leg days, and one leg day skip isn't gonna make me weak forever. It just slows down my progress ever so slightly. So, if complain if you want to. I'm not really worried about it, but we should be back on normal schedule for now. Even though we are doing a JM press, which I normally wouldn't do for my triceps, but I don't really got much else because everything I wanted to do is taken. We really had this in a chest exercise, so we'll see what I can do. But we got a warm-up weight. We got 25 each side. Just do however many I feel like. I gotta use the Smith machine more often. Out of all the Smith machines that are lined up here, this one is probably the smoothest one I've felt in a while. But let me throw on a working weight. All right, we now got a plate on. One question I have for my current viewers, as well as like some new people who might show up. Would you rather me talk more like fitness content stuff? Like my top 5 chest exercises or something like that? Or do you like how the content's going so far? Where I kind of just speak on what's going on with my day and all that. Kind of treat it more like I guess, just what's on my mind. Because at the end of the day, you guys, the people who watch are going to be the reason I am successful or not in the content space. And if you guys aren't enjoying the content, then I'm not going to be that successful because you're not going to watch. So I'm asking for your feedback if you'd rather want more like informational fitness stuff or like just how I kind of run my fitness training, which you guys have heard some, but this would be a lot more in-depth than what I've gone over throughout the times I have talked about fitness. Or would you still want me to talk about like whatever's on my mind, which is usually either money, what's happened throughout the past or the day or two from the last recording, or like politics. Politics is rare though. But yeah, just let me know. Either comment it or like find some way to let me know. Because if you guys would prefer more informational content, then I might just do like a little content pivot. I originally actually wasn't even gonna record today because I was like, man, I really got nothing to talk about. But, at the end of the day, I do want this to be something I can do like as a full-time thing. And, if I'm missing, I've already missed one day technically with the leg day. So why would I miss 2? It didn't make sense to me in my head. But bad news is we don't have much to record besides 2 exercises. I really haven't been keeping up on the idea that I want to record more than just 2. But hopefully, if I get this content stuff situated. But let me get this first working set out of the way. We got 1 plate each side. Last time I did a plate each side, I think I did like 4 or 5, maybe 6, with, a little bit of difficulty. So we're gonna try and go for at least 4. Anything over 4, and I'll be happy. If we get over 6, I'll probably go up to a plate and a 10. All right. All right, I think we actually got 6 there. Whew. Maybe I want to say like a 2 RIR. When it comes to like these more barbell movements, even though this is a Smith machine, when it comes to like a bar like this where there's no really like automatic safety, I'm a lot more cautious with my movements, just because I don't really want it to be like on my chest. Luckily with Smith machine they got a decent amount of the things I can attach it to, but it's just a level of like, I guess nerves is the best way to put it, which is why I don't really go to failure on like a Smith machine. Like I could put the safety things up, but with the safety bars here, first of all, they're really difficult to get up for some reason. But secondly, I can't normally get as deep as I like to with where I'm like touching my chest. Usually I'm a little bit above. I'm not a big fan of that. But that's just, my thing, If I were you and I did not care about how the safety is, I would use the safeties. So, that's my thing, If you would rather, want to go to failure and hit that safeties, do it. I do suggest it. But me personally, I don't like it. So I do it without the safeties. And at the end of the day, my biggest thing is if you are enjoying your workout, it's a good workout for you. But let me throw on a 10. I feel pretty good. Whew. We got 135 on the bar because it's a 25-pound Smith machine. Just do like, if I can get 4, it'll be good. That time I failed up. Didn't get super far. Usually I try to get like up here-ish or like up here-ish. I can't really, memorize where it's one of these two. But we only got to here. So not awful. We got like 2.5, I would say. 2.75. But I don't really count decimal reps. I don't think that's really a way to go at it. So I'm just going to consider it 2. And I'll turn back on the camera when I got another exercise ready. All right, we got the classic incline press. Just going to move up the camera just a little bit. I don't know. Tell me which one you guys prefer, whether it's the one that's like kind of just more straight on to me, or the one that's a little pointed up. I think you get to see the full ROM if I go up here, but you don't get to see me too well. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But let me do this workout, or this warm-up. We got 1 plate each side. Just do however many I feel like, and then we'll go from there. All right, not bad. We'll throw on another plate. I think I talked about this last last video, but I really want to get like a notebook so I can log my my exercises a lot better. Because if you guys have kept up with me, you guys know I'm not the best with like counting my reps. I kind of just go to like a level of intensity. Like anytime I give you guys like how many reps I've done, like even on the JM press that I did just a little bit ago, I just gave like what in my head sounded right with how many reps. And you know, if you're trying to progress like I am, that's not really an optimal way to, you know, progressively overload. Because at the end of the day, let's say I did 8 reps of like lat pull down, but I only counted 6, and then I aim for at least 6 next time I do lat pull down. I might limit myself to only doing 6 when I could be doing 8. It doesn't allow you to progressively overload as quickly compared to, if I log it, which then again, the notebook isn't gonna magically write down how many reps I do. I do have to do some level of counting, but I think it'll make it easier for me to remember from that set, from last time I did it to now, because it's now down in writing. So, next gym accessory is either going to be like a gym pin, so I can start throwing plates on some of the machines I can max out, which actually I could talk about another thing, but let me finish this. But yeah, probably either a gym pin or a notebook, just so I can write down my stuff. And the one thing I did want to say is that I recently switched where I did my Kelso shrugs, because normally I would do it on, hold on, let me see if I can get it. Let me see. That machine right there. I would do them on there. But yeah, I would do them on that machine over there. And I feel like the arm path of it, it's kind of like it's not this exaggerated, it's not like this, but it goes from like down here to up here to like here. It's like a semicircle. And pretty much every time I've hit my left arm and I've tried doing Kelso shrugs on it, I've felt my lat pop every rep when I go heavy, which, isn't that great. And then it also feels super sore afterwards. So I'm not a big fan of that arm path, really, just because of how much kind of just discomfort it was giving me. It wasn't really pain until after the workout, or until after the set, but there was some level of discomfort. So I switched to another seated row we have, which is just like it's basically the same thing, but it's a cable, and it's a lot more aligned with my arm. I maxed it out, was able to do like 20 reps each hand, and I felt like barely any pain. Actually, I didn't feel any pain. I don't know why I'm saying barely. But I don't really want to be hitting 20 reps. The lactic acid buildup is not that great. It's not like too big of a deal, in my opinion. But it is something that, I obviously want to, if I could up the weight, I would. So that's the reason why I'm thinking, again, a gym pin, so I could start throwing a couple plates onto that thing. And then hopefully it's actually like somewhat difficult for me to get like 4 to 6 reps. Which, then again, I also don't know the pulley system on it. So maybe I would say I'm doing 200 pounds, but I don't know the pulley system and all that. If it's like one pulley, I think it's like 100, like half the weight too. It's a fourth. Like, it's just like leverages and stuff. It's not something I like to think about a lot. But if I know it's there, I do like to think about it somewhat. I don't know, I'm kind of just going on a rant now. Let me get this first working set out of the way because I don't have a whole lot of time left. Yeah, not a lot of time at all. Yeesh. But we got 2 plates on. I know last upper day I did 2 plates and a 25 for like 2-ish, maybe 3 reps. So we're gonna try and do more than that. But we'll see how this set goes. Whew. All right. All right, not bad. I'll be honest, going back to the notebook stuff, I wasn't really counting my reps there. Maybe I'll count them when I edit this, which should be later today, but I want to say I did like 6, maybe 7. No pun intended. But I'm gonna try and throw on that plate now, or the quarter. All right, we threw on a quarter. And going back to that machine over there where I originally used to do Kelso shrugs, you know, in case you're one of the few people be like, oh, you should maybe just adjust the seat and all that to make it fit you a little better. I have them at the best position I can for me to get like the best arm path already, because the seat, I have to put it all the way at the bottom for me to be parallel or like somewhat parallel. And then the chest pad doesn't even move. But that one kind of annoyed me because like when the chest pad isn't moved, or because the chest pad doesn't move. Here, I'll do it over here. My arm's like a little bit angled like this. Not sure if you can see this that well. But like I'm kind of like this starting out. And then I have to do my scapular retraction like this. And I'm not a big fan. I like to keep a straight arm. Makes it me feel like I'm not using any bicep at all, which is kind of the goal of Kelso shrugs. Is that you get the benefit of a row without implementing your bicep or your arm muscles into it, besides really your grip. Which I don't really think there is a way you can take out your grip from an exercise without using like the D rings that I have here. But even then, like that, I don't know how you would, like maybe like, I don't know, you find some attachment. I don't know why I'm trying to think of it right now. But like if I could get like a D ring like right here, like right on my palm, or like maybe like fingers. Maybe that's how you can do it without a grip, but I don't know. All right, let me get this last set out of the way. Because like I said, I don't got a whole lot of time. All right. Now, like I said, but before I started the first working set, we did either 2 or 3 of this. We're gonna aim for 4. And we're gonna, if I feel like I can push myself over 4, we're pushing myself over 4. But I'm gonna lock in real quick. Whew. No. Damn. Man. Am I going too heavy? I swear, like 2 upper days ago, I was doing this for at least 4. Maybe I forgot my weights. Dang. Well, yeah, that's the end of the video. We are gonna lower the weight next time for this, because I'm not trying to do 2 reps every single time I hit this. But overall, not mad. One thing, I guess I am slightly mad because like those first 2 reps moved up really well, and then something just happened 3rd rep. I only get it to about like here, which isn't awful. Like I'm still getting some stimulus from that. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Like I said at the start, please let me know if you want more informational content rather than the content I do currently where I just kind of speak my mind. If you did enjoy the video though, like, subscribe, and share it with your favorite friends and coworkers. If you want to follow me on other platforms, there's a link tree in the description. You'll get my Twitter, my Instagram, my Twitch, and then obviously the YouTube, but you're already here. Make sure you do your laundry, and I'll see you for tomorrow.